So now let us start Venom. Now here we will learn how to create different payload for different platforms. Venom is a command line instance of Metasploit that is used to generate and output all of various type of shellcode that are available in Metasploit. So speaking about bind shell, a bind shell is a kind that opens up a new service on the target machine and requires the attackers to connect to it in order to get a session. In reverse TCP payload, a reverse shell, also known as a connect back, is the exact opposite. It requires the attacker to set up listener first on his box. The target machine acts as a client connecting to that listener, and then finally the attacker receives the cell. Now, HTTP payloads. Now, both of the above payload can be used in case we have relevant port active on the victim machine. So the question arises, what if the victim has blocked all the ports? Well, in such cases, we can create payloads as per the ports running on victim machine, such as 443 for HTTPS. Now let us start, creating payload and let us see what bind shell is all about, what exactly bind shell is. Now here, what we're going to do is we're going to create a payload using Msfvenom. So we will write Msfvenom first to see all the help command, Msfvenom -h. So this will list out all the help command. So you can see it and you can use any one of it. Okay, now let us create a payload, a bind shell. So msf venom and then -p, that is platform, right? Windows / and then metropreter slash bind underscore tcp -f is for format. So whenever we run a file in Windows, it has to be exe file. So format is exe. Now greater than sign. Now I will redirect this file to root desktop and I'll give the file name as bind.exe and I'll press enter. Now this will take few seconds and after that your payload will be created. So now this file will save as exe payload on your desktop as I specified my path. Now we need to send this file to the victim machine through file sharing or by any social engineering technique and have to run it on the system. So now let us change the directory and go to cd desktop and ls and then I can see bind.exe file. Now I will use python -fm to host this file, http server and then port 8080, press enter. I'll go back to my Windows and I will type down the IP address of Kali Linux 109 and port is 8080. Enter. I have bind.exe. Now before running this file, before downloading this file and then running it, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start here Metasploit framework. So to just to start the database also, write msfdb init. So this will initiate metasploitable metasploit framework. So the database already started, the database appears to be already configured. So now at times if you are using metasploit framework for the first time, then you have to always start with msfdb init, that is initiate. Now I will write msf console to start the metasploit. So now this will take another few seconds to start everything. So starting the Metasploit framework console. Okay, now the Metasploit has been started. Now here we're gonna write use exploit and then multi handler and then press enter. Now after that you have to write set payload. Now we are setting up payload here, then Windows, and again the meterpreter session. It's meterpreter. Okay, I have let me remove this meterpreter and then bind underscore TCP and then press enter. So after giving enter, write option to see if all the requirements has been filled or not. So here we have an option of our host which has not been filled and we required it. So now you have to mention the R host here. So we have to, input our target IP address here. So set R host and the IP address of my target. So this IP address varies from your target IP address. So I'll press enter, and before running exploit or run, let me run this file bind.exe, or save this file, and let us run this file bind.exe. Let us open this file, more info, run anyway, and let us go back to to Kali and then right here run. Press enter. Now it's starting bind TCP handler against 192. Okay, now the meterpreter session 1 open. So that means we have control of that PC now. So my target has been compromised. Now this is a meterpreter session. To use meterpreter session, you have to write help so that you can see all the command which you can use. Now, if you want the system information, get information about the remote system such as operating system. Now for that you have to write sysinfo, press enter. Now this will give you computer, laptop, OS is Windows 10, architecture 64-bit, system language is ENUS, domain is workgroup, logged on user 2. So apart from that, what else information you can get? Okay, let us write PS, which will list out all running processes. So we'll write PS here, enter. Now this will fetch all the running processes inside our target machine. So let us see some more commands. Now if you want, you can background this current session also. If you want to kill some processes, you can kill some processes also. Now if you want to, if you want to if you want to change the directory and see what else files you can, what else file you can have, you can see that also. And you have an option of mkdir, that is for creating uh, a directory. Let us write, okay, let us write ipconfig so that we can get the IP address. So ipconfig, press enter. Now this is giving me the IP address, and the IP address is 107, so it's here 192.168.0.107. So this was a bind shell. Now in next video we will be learning about reverse TCP payload, and we will execute it as same.